Commuters in Bengaluru will soon have to pay more for auto rides. Starting the 1st of August, the District Transport Authority has approved a fare hike, the first in nearly 4 years. But still, even if it is 4 years, many commuters are already feeling the pinch. The decision follows sustained demands from unions and the removal of bike taxis from the city roads. The revised fare structure raises the base fare from 30 rupees to 36 rupees for the first 2 kilometers. Now, beyond that, every additional kilometer will cost 18 rupees instead of 15 rupees. What about nighttime rides? A lot of people who are working, they take nighttime rides as well from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Now, this will attract 1.5 more charges. Auto drivers must recalibrate and certify their meters by 31st of October. It's a mandate as per the DTA directive. The fare hike comes after the 5-member committee's review of city's traffic, fuel prices and also stakeholders' input. While driver unions had sought even higher fares, they wanted 40 rupees as basic fare and 20 per kilometer. The government has approved only a 20% hike. Initially hesitant due to competition from bike taxis, the state acted after banning bike taxis on 16th of June. This is the third fare revision in over a decade, with the last hike being in November of 2021. My colleague Mohammad Wajiullah spoke to residents of Bengaluru who are also daily commuters by auto rickshaws. Listen to these voices from the ground in Bengaluru.
As it is, I spend most of my money on autos for travel. If it increases now, that means even more. So yeah.
Auto people, they don't even turn on the meter. They just they tell 50 rupees kodi, illandre 60 rupees kodi, even just for a kilometer. So I feel this is wrong that is being done. So instead of traveling by auto, I even started traveling by two-wheeler. So I feel that is even more convenient.
Booking an auto on an app, you have to use multiple apps, and the rates are just increasing every day, even for a distance of, let's say, 750 or a kilometer. It's a lot of money. They never agree on meter, and they also sometimes if you have to wait for a bit, or if there's a lot of traffic, they do increase the prices.
I don't think that they would, abide by the prices set by the government. They always charge extra. They never put meter, nothing. And by God forbid you find some auto that puts meters, very hard. And I remember last week I was booking an auto to come to college, and it took me 45 minutes to get one auto, only for him to cancel on me. And I couldn't go for my first hour, and I was late, and every auto I asked for was asking for 300, 400 for 10-kilometer travel.
It's over my budget, so yeah, I have started walking. They can charge anything. There's no defined amount, they don't use meter.
Public transport is for the public, by the public, and the government should have a metered rate, wherein, just like the bus rate, bus fare, or even the metro fare. And for the amount they're taking, they don't even provide the facility. They want you to speak in their local language, and other associated problems with that.
All right, now more on this. My colleague Mohammad Wajiullah live with us from Bengaluru. My colleague who took all these voices from Bengaluru. Vaji, the first thing which I've heard and consistently, and I have lived in Bangalore, is no one goes by meter. So what is the point, Vaji? Isn't that true? Considering you are a Bengaluru resident, who goes by meter? You tell them to put on the meter, they will not. Similar story in Chennai as well. So don't you think that if you hike it, and I understand, Vaji, because everyone will say, if you go to Ramalinga Reddy, he will say after 4 years we are doing this. Okay, point taken. But tell us about the perennial problem of, does anyone go by meter at all?
There is hardly 0.1111000% of people that auto drivers that use meter today. I have never seen in the last 5-6 years anybody, any auto driver using a meter to go from one place to another. Even if it's a kilometer or a 2 kilometer, the direct thing that you listen to is 150 rupees, 200 rupees. One lady told me that she traveled 5 kilometers and she paid 400 rupees. So you can imagine how costly it is getting. We understand the plight of auto drivers also. Yes, they also need to earn money. But the way you have this unorganized mafia in Bengaluru of the auto drivers, they will not use meters. They will give you the fair prices that they want. And then the app-based aggregators, they have their own prices. If 2 kilometers, as per the government, is 36 rupees, the aggregator will charge you 70 rupees or 80 rupees. And that also you won't get unless and until you put a tip. So when it comes to commute, then autos is like the worst option in Bengaluru right now, if you actually ask me, because despite the fact that the government has put a meter charge, none of the auto drivers will put a meter. And if you ask the auto drivers also to put a meter, they will not do it. Whether you ask them on record or off record, they will accept the fact that they do not go on meter. So this is how the situation is, and the problem of autos in Bengaluru is a never-ending problem, and every person is
Right.
aggravated with it. But how come? But then we'll have to wait and watch how
Yeah,
this
this is what I
36 rupees
mean,
that has been
Vaji.
handed.
Wait and watch, like you say, is what we can do. But tell me, a man who's living in Bengaluru, much like you, Vaji, or your friends and relatives, and so many people, our viewers in Bengaluru, bike taxi ban, metro fares have been hiked. Now, also the thing is now auto, this fare has also been hiked. One person, when you were talking to them, said, I've decided to walk. How many people can walk? Okay, if I want to take my own two-wheeler or a car, the traffic is terrible. What is the way out, Muhammad Wajiullah?
Well, Sudha, I walked 2 kilometers the other day because my bike stopped working, and the auto drivers were not ready to come to Shanti Nagar, saying that they will not get a return pickup from here. So there is no solution to these kinds of problems. These are problems that are very perennial, but are big when you look at it from a larger perspective. And a person like me who has to go to office, if he's not able to reach office on a daily basis and his only commute is auto, because you do not have end-to-end commute over here. Not the last mile commute, not there. And it's the auto that you'll have to rely on. And in these times, it becomes very difficult for everyone to make the auto person understand that you have to do this, because they are hell bent with the fact that they will charge you this much. So, and with the metro prices being, with the
Yes.
hike in the metro prices, with the hike in petrol prices, with only hikes that are happening around in Bengaluru, it is pinching everybody's pocket.
The thing is, the bike taxi ban, there is complete radio silence on that. I do not know, because, we've spoken, you've done these stories many times over, we tried to speak, but then as of now, it's status quo, there is absolutely no sound on it. On the other hand, they also allege that the government is supporting the auto lobby. That is why the bike taxi ban has happened. That is speculative, of course. I want to ask you, is there any kind of, what are you picking up on the ground? Is Ramalinga Reddy saying anything about this? Because it is burning a big hole in people's pockets, and there is a lot of anger because you don't give me roads. This is pothole roads. I can die on the roads. On top of that, you are hiking, all kinds of commutes for me. What do? I can't sit at home. I have to eat, no?
So you're absolutely right. There is a complete silence from the transport minister when it comes to having bike taxis, because that was one form of a solution that you could have asked. If you remember, Sudha, there was another solution previously, which was carpooling, which was also taken away. People still had that availability where they could reduce the prices by 4 people together from one spot would come. That also doesn't happen anymore. Those aggregators have been stopped from doing that. Then came the bike taxis. That also. So any new solution that is coming forward had been put behind because of the unorganized mafia that is run by the auto drivers. I remember off record, one of the officers told me, one of the Taxi Drivers Association president told me that you can't say this on record, but he told me this, which I would want our viewers to know, that he was told by the people in the ministry that unless and until he doesn't get an NOC from 33 organizations, auto organizations, saying that they do not have a problem running bike taxis, till then they will not be allowed. So you can imagine the pressure in which the government is working at. You need a certificate, you need signatures from auto drivers to allow bike taxi drivers. That is how it has come down to. And bike taxi is one of the solutions that people had, because a person like me who has to travel from one place to another, if he's getting an auto at 200 rupees, he can get the same bike for 40 or 50 rupees. If not me, people who go to colleges, we had so many college students who told us that bike taxi was one kind of a relief for them. Now they're paying 300 rupees at a time where they were paying 150 rupees for bike taxis for 9 kilometers. So it is clearly going to change a lot of budgets in the houses. It is going to pinch a lot of pockets. And with all the hikes that are happening, I think Bangalore is heading towards something sort of where everything is going to be difficult for people to access.
Right.